Oh, sweet little dog. So today I'm coming at you with a video, and it's all about, should you start on a beginner bike, your first motorbike, should you start on ABS, right? Should you start with a bike that has ABS? And obviously, before I get into this, this is all my personal opinion, and yeah, so I want you guys to realize that whatever I say in this video is just my personal opinion. So if you disagree with it, that's fine. You know, you can leave a comment and say that I'm an idiot. Why don't we go there and do this video? Turning right before the corner, not the best idea, but it's all good. Yeah, so should you start on a bike with ABS or not? Now, like I just said, this is all my personal opinion. Should we go there? I think this green grass is slightly more scenic. So, should you start on a bike with ABS? Now, this bike doesn't have ABS. My personal opinion is that you should not start on a bike with ABS. I personally think it is better if you don't start on a bike with ABS. Now, as I said, this is all my personal opinion, and I'm going to justify that for me right now. The reason why I say don't start on a bike with ABS is quite simple. Is because after you ride for a little while, and on your first bike, you are learning everything. And I see the good side to it, I see the bad side to it, but my personal opinion, I think it's better if you start without ABS. And that is because if you're ever in an emergency situation, and I mean you really need to stop now, like you have to stop instant, like as quick as you can, because some motherfucker, you know, pulls out on you or something like that. I think it's better to not have ABS, because I think you need to have, before that scenario comes in that emergency situation, I think that you need to realize that you need to know how hard you can press your brakes, how hard you can squeeze that front lever for the front brake, right? So how hard you can press your front brake and how hard you can stamp down on your rear brake. That's really super important. You need to know that if you're too hard on the front brake or too hard on the back brake, they're gonna slide, and you need to know the limit of how hard you can apply the brakes before you slide. Now, sometimes you need to slide, because if you need to stop instantly, the rear is fine to slide, but you can't slide the front. Now, I think if you get used to a bike with ABS, this is the problem. You can just pile on the pressure on the front brake. You can fucking ham fist the flipping front brake like that and go flipping like that, right? And if you were ever, because if you had ABS, that's fine, you can do that. The front wheel won't skid, and that's totally fine. But in the future from then, if you ever went and bought a bike that did not have ABS and you did that, the front will slide and you will crash. Now, this obviously leads to, if you're in Europe or if you're in America, if all the new bikes start to have ABS and it's just start to be that kind of sort of safety feature where almost all the bikes that's available to purchase to you where you are have ABS, then that's totally fine. Starting on ABS is totally fine if you're always going to have ABS. But if you were to start on a bike with ABS and then another bike in the future from then did not have ABS, I guarantee you will brake too hard. You'll have close calls, if not crash, just from the front brake. It's also important to know that if you were to ride your mate's bike one time and you're used to ABS and your mate's bike doesn't have ABS, you could really end up doing the same thing. Like I said, you could end up applying too much brake. If someone pulls out on you, freak out a little bit and you could crash. But you know, going back to that same thing, if all the bikes you're ever going to ride is ABS, it's great. You know, you can smack on, you know, providing you're in a straight line, you can apply that front brake really hard and you won't have to worry about hitting anything, about crashing, about sliding, because ABS will kick in for you. So it definitely has its benefits and it definitely has its minuses. So that is the meat of my opinion about should you have ABS or shouldn't you have ABS. That's pretty much the video for today, guys. Motoman out.